All right, good day once again. Today we'll be talking about gas laws in chemistry, and we are going to be talking about only Boyle's law in this lecture for today. The other laws we'll be talking about them in our subsequent videos. I'll be talking about in our subsequent class. So today we will only be talking about Boyle's law. Boyle's is a scientist that gave a law pertaining to how gases behave. Now, Boyle's law said that in a fixed mass of gas in a container, a fixed mass of gas in a container, when the temperature is constant, he said the pressure of that gas is inversely proportional to the volume of the gas. Mathematically, we can bring out Boyle's law as he said the pressure is inversely proportional to what? To the volume. At constant temperature, when the temperature is constant, that is, the temperature is not changing. When the temperature is constant, Boyle's law says that the pressure of that gas inside the container is inversely proportional to the volume. That is, when you increase the pressure of that gas in the container, the volume will what? Decrease. And when you increase the volume of that gas in that container, the pressure will decrease. Now, let's take this as a container. There are gases inside. I fill it with air, representing our gas, and the leather is our what? Our container. Now, we said pressure is the force acting per unit area on this very material inside. The force acting on the leather inside is what we refer to as the pressure. So, looking at this as our container, and then the air inside is the gas. So looking at this now. If I continue reducing the volume of this container, I'm reducing the volume now. Now look at what is happening to the pressure. The pressure is increasing. The pressure is increasing up to when it breaks. Now you can see that Boyle's law has been confirmed. When I was reducing the volume of this leather, you can see the pressure was what? Increasing. So that is what Boyle's law for you. So pressure is inversely proportional to the what? To the volume. And then when we are considering two occasions of or two scenarios of two volumes and two pressures, we'll be talking about, we will have our P1, V1 is equal to P2 and what? V2. When you are considering two occasions. So we have P1, V1, P2, and V2. So when you have a problem relating pressure and volume at constant temperature, you use Boyle's law. All right. So now here is a problem for us to solve. Now, like I was saying, when you are considering when the gas moves from an initial state to a final state, that is when you have P1 and what? P2. That's the initial pressure and the final pressure when considering an initial state and a final state. Now look at this question here. So the question says the new pressure can be calculated as what? Now they are asking us of the what? The new pressure. Here they have already given us an initial pressure. If a gas has an initial pressure of 2 atm, that's 2 atmosphere. So this is our P1. What we are asked to look for is P2. This is the formula we are going to use here. This is the formula. So you try to bring out your parameters given in the question. P1, you are given 2 atm. Now, and a volume of 4 liters, V1, you are given 4 liters. And its volume is compressed to 2 liters. The volume is compressed. The way I was compressing this very container the other time, the volume was reduced. So our V2 is now what? 2 liters. Then what we are asked to calculate is P2. That is what we are asked to calculate. P2. The final pressure when all this was done. So if I were you, I can easily detect what will happen to the pressure in this place. The other time, because from Boyle's law, it said when the pressure is increased, volume is what? Decrease. And when the volume is decreased, pressure will what? Increase. In this case, the volume was initially 4 liters, and then the volume changed to 2 liters. Now, what will happen to the pressure when the volume is decreased? Definitely the pressure will what? Increase. So the answer we are supposed to get as our final pressure should be more than 2 atm. So let's confirm that using our formula. So from this formula, since we are looking for P2, we'll make P2 subject of formula. If you do that, that's your elementary mathematics. If you do that, you'll be having P2 is equal to P1 V1 over what? V2. Are we together? So what's my P1? My P1 is 2. What's my V1? My V1 is 4 times 4 divided by, what is my V2? My V2 is 2. So you do your mathematics. What I'll be having at this side is 2 times 4. I'll be having 8 divided by what? By 2. So my P2, 8 divided by 2 will give you what? 4. So 4 atm. You can see that the pressure has increased. So that is Boyle's law. Remember this in Boyle's law. When the pressure increases, volume will always decrease. They are inversely proportional to each other. And when the volume decreases, the pressure will increase. And that has happened here in the question we have seen. So like, subscribe, follow for more videos. Thank you.